utimi ye no enyo no a difficult so be betimi aye
especially polling stations no
one youth organizer and I'm so turn on not to say then me who na friend 18 years no ko be 60 years.
It's not a youth organizer.
Oh, youth, but man the kwan so when you youth adwuma oh man say a friend 18
because when say Ablekuma of the next shock me because nipa no youth organizers is here in the constituency or a former MC. The man is around 60 something.
No experience.
A constituency youth organizer.
Yeah. Say na me adwuma na e ko en we nya bia okay. Adwuma honorable boy
former MC for the area.
And our friends who say former appointees in say even party in go position cry na say omoba back to the executives na beboa and so
with the experience
anya hwe no mo wonim there in the account. So Bono region so far so cool. Na enra me call Sampa baby a registration and I'm a call Drobo Jamai South and I'm a bar Brekum West into me real Brekum West and none of Panso me call Sunyani East and Sana Meba. Now I dare back when one say I say Oko polling station beer police for Hono Crados with Chenny pay register. What is happening?
And then what's wrong with
I don't know, me de minyan tinchre mu bia.
Not an open chrim. Say police for why not the bonny.
Oh, young say a bonny because me called Robu say police for they were more than 20. And I busa say
at the district office, no?
Yeah,
district office, no?
Yeah, and I busa say at the Oye Nebia, and I must be my mobile no pana police for na big go, sir. And you see some of us where we are coming from now. We be community crowd team no who police in either. We tell me pa. It is a Aquadano be do polling station. Na akwa say police for ma hwaye menya eno kra de hu bi kra to akwala no so akwanya na ye nya na obi mu anya ne za o obi be hu VIP bus and say watwam wonu krum onfu bi da kosi say yankopon beto ne sa frɛ no so in life no o dwen nipa ho a ya dwen ko akiri
na so ukọ na police for omunye menya
da bi ena meka so omunye menya ya
we nyai limited registration yo omunye no mostly district
district office sure
and any polling stations
oh me see district
district office
eno na making
district office
oh but say the last time one registration I know the answer na be say me come monitoring say eno kra me ka say asa me na bi mu crashia o Jamai South maybe na me kan was oh yakọ na as a police ni ba akọ na gina ho yakọ chacho mu di
but Eric, let's be fair to the police.
We no mentiase as
district office.
I don't know what actually happened. There was a particular center. You see police for now. I'm saying Bono regions no back. You say police for me and son ne wo hono. Omo ntumi an handle the day and now ye ne bia nan ke ya ko ntia interdict omo.
Our Bono region.
I'm not a region.
Excellent to the Ahafo.
Calling down the more issues. Could that be a reason why the police decided say why you know so almost no easy any police hot spots areas for related to elections and registration give them the benefit of that. If I'm not by that saying say you can't ask questions. But Musa, you bet me Busa say, we be a say, Enchemu bi wo ana, na influence enso a. Yes, say you bet.
Were they even like armed policemen?
Oh, man.
And
I mean, it's good to raise it. Say yes, say you bet. Na mama yang traso manen yet said ye. Bia, ni say sina see and that would be conclusive without.
Mate, mama Charles BC wa kwaba na fe yentra so. Chase, not then. Okay ya.
Record papa.
It's Ricardo Keten Charlie. Yeah. Now registration record or
yes, that's maturity for you. BBR copy. I mean, you started I think last Tuesday. So fun. Yente as a BR comport. You know the hono. Tell Makinata Ken. Obini girlfriend, and Obini, Cromwell full related Bisu for you want to be interrelated. Didn't see to the Morca, we could be a baby by him. say about one of the sack. That's what I'm seeing now. Say obi be fi baby aba maybe a worry for fi baby now, but so far so good. Yenya instance say there was a minus be as ba law no say about yen challenge number. The challenge at the American yen obi so yin obi ye bokọ na yakeden yakohwem, but so far I think
constituency or EC office no hin
or on the regional office nature.
Okay.
Basically, so far, I mean, pay the rules. I just on the IT problems, but these things, I don't think it's far-fetched because say technology is the now your banners are just and them feeding problems no to solve. For me, it is good. So, so far.
Okay,
and
that's
I think,
fine.
Monday,
that's fine.
Outside of politics, politics. It's them political party politics out to check because to them Americans better na some country na me fi there make now I am a party for door some American bush for no number so when that's American people on no current na and so for me I think that so far so good. I'll speak the truth baby on no current so you better
na campaign nang I starter.
Oh, campaign no them starting kakran the human say namna do my leader. Until you primary 27th na now mo hwenze maybe I mean before we move the march for Mansana my time as regional secretary okay a former regional secretary organizer Jafet
Beidu the late Jafet Beidu
by Dr. Pansan na me share also we go with 22 seats nam that you onto them minim there man can number of seats but if am the better nam the chen mo boy seats na the chen also one yanoka but me name seats na and the reasons why we're going to take them we in mission of parliament I said someone Kenya pepe nam catch no original secretary somunia
I don't know Joe Nelson let's tell Joe Nelson
some in Wabridge no if you obey no be this well I am MPP do I could join NDC?
Joe will not be happy with you.
Oh, they be am kitchen.
Oh, the man.
Obe number until no power. Maybe I never. Yes, so I will choose straight. Now you maintain the power number. Nam sisi am abis kadikata so no so mo bobo gap. And basically me started my engagement about 2 weeks ago. Last week year community engagement churches na weekendy Mother's Day. Mami in the last year Mother's Day some years zama mami funny be.
Okay.
But this Mother's Day no me junu pi me say musan mami. Also catch one so call woman na that time no papa on channel. Nti dem papa so kapiska but that time so na telephone in yo. Nti on nantu ma woka nam papa in yo. No don cry na midwife ni gina wonti. But na no wa wodiko. Na wontu abos na Adam pa want to breastfeed but you know what I mean. And see the last time come out you so you what is ya now maybe be am about and it's government hospitals so about an way be it cesarean or normal delivery could you bills now from Friday to Saturday just for mothers we better no be John and I'm not doing it because of the politics. I'm doing it because it was Mother's Day and as some mommy kitchen because one meet your woman if you are on your door this can be if you will be but about to as a man was okay be before so that's why I did and then we started the share community for that and what I'm doing is that when the jogate you were jogate our for 20 years also what 20 years I want no you see MP first 4 years no president Kufuor mobile then no opposition and for 8 years he didn't have a president but no but second term so be a railways minister no a railways university na second term no new minister so I share the man important sir until na Dr. Baumia every day some work or them yaka yakona development because all no be MP on the kujokrum kan no on tired mogwa se ko ho ni na but 4 years within that 4 years or 2 years no chiro nya president Chiadoa and Chubutu Widen why bibi that's how I'm saying me na kasa since I'm a deputy MP so on the MP oboye the 10th December and 7th of January and to me deputizer
but the NDC is confident there in the STMA say seat bi ho a wobeja or is card keten. Are you aware of that?
Mama, every time I propose and come on, when the vote to look for.
Or call from, yeah.
Nah,
I don't go buy Captain could do about 1,000 something, yeah.
Nah, your brother,
Mesa
take over that.
Obi, yeah.
So now, tell them American journalism, when you pay and church them there, with the way time period of 20 years, mobile. But one chim there, no, President Kufo, and son on President Mills, our young president, and son of President Mahama, no senior president, and son of Nana Kufadu Bay, Nana Kufadu Bay, and no 2 year railways university, or boy, I think to railways or employing you probably 600 or that sort of thing, because a whole railways were on a schedule, your railways university. That's in Jobandam is in say album. Diminishing returns 13 mobile. It's a presidency in spite of the turbulence in the year 2020. You vote microphone. So President Chum 15,000. Now you are up to about 2,500, 3,000.
Okay, the presidential and another Chimu 15,000.
Yeah.
Where's Kado Keten?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Over 15,000.
Oh, okay.
So there's a new kid on the block. And so I'm in Chade, or them be a complacent, mucho man. I have to work because me be son. And when I go, when you don't come to me, them politics, no, it's not like that. You listen to them. Atasa, no more to my iden. I catch on the mood to my short term, long, medium term, no long term. Because someone are my politics. So choose na them work grants.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the say, isn't or them maiden. There's a child on in Chade. All was rosy for me. I win matter for my anamba. Sure. Matter a grand quanta. Sure. Matter second D. Sure. It's no life in me, Nina, be want to. Young couple no madam, and I may go to them so. Okay, them are small committee na my eden. Very well. Sir, Macadoro Koda.
No record. Okay, the Charles Cromwell on the hour on Tobisio and Yaten and Ekosiisen Suni, a higher Sempa 94.7 FM. And from Enra through to today, they are dominating news headlines. Still on the voters registration. I mean, the NDC has raised issues about errors in voter registration figures, and the EC has responded, say it will not affect sanctity of their data. And the EC is also calling on political parties basing and encouraging minors and foreigners to register no omunshena omu enyai. PU, a public utilities workers union, who are responding to some claims by the NPP flag bearer on ECG staff a sabotage paperless system at the Electricity Company of Ghana. Guta is also lamenting on the city depreciation na omo kole on a buying se onhwe na onswano emfa emawom. And the finance minister has spoken, say city depreciation this year is better than what pertained last year. In ni nyina yen semwa egu yapono so ye but just to understand the concerns of the NDC really with registered voters computations Eric issue pa
Obi me da say Electoral Commission adwuma no ye ne omo anaye it is our day one. Ye Mammy James,
yes,
Dr. Bosman Asare Mobile Commission. A dear Bia is to say Bia, ye no monko ben criminal. You protesting in a way. And some years back, it cried any uncle IPAC. Now, to say near my near was a can free in a penny for sea ponotenasi until you go back to IPAC. But one say, a Juma ye in ano. Seven previous and penny for see any back of 14. And the producer sending me topics. Yeah, me who say easy for say ye nya say a basin call for by registration center and minors near the adeno. Na mystery. Electoral Commission is the cause of the American.
I didn't hear.
Me constituency German notes. You were 110 polling stations. You were 13 electoral areas. Out of the 13 electoral areas in ECA 22, me and Sampa, no Makogoka zone, no Makwadadi. Inti 13 in American 10 areas na Canadian Biano. Kwanya nipa na di mfie dum wotwe obefa so register na nye Electoral Commission asem. Ana meboa. Whether say nipa no obenante etwa 30 kilometers. if you see your call the about district capital Sampa and ye easy asem. Whether say ni paneba you beat me register no, you ain't me register no, because there's cafe in my hometown. I mean district capital. Say omopon 4. Sorry, about 3 or no mo bepon. Whether say ni pan beat me register now, won't me register and ye easy for asem. And political parties na ye stakeholders our election na ye kono. Ye be take decision be a new share. Ne enso ya kire de o yanke bebo yi na. So we be 13 electoral areas in my constituency na. Easy a move in it 4 times no. Oko this area Goka zone obedi 2 days. Okay. No abesin ko Bonakri entry. Also obedi 2 days. The aka ni na Sampa district capital. So the question is, and kwada na omwedi mfie du nwotwe a omonye adwuma omon no mpam no. Ye omo esi okọ omo pese omo betwero mu di mfie esi okọ ba Sampa district capital 35 cities no. Sa kwada no kwan ben so no befa de aba.
Yeah, but the EC insists since time immemorial about limited registration. I say how no
meba. Kwan ben so na kwada no befa aba be register.
Okay.
And I granted say political parties no cross you make sure say nkofo be kwa register. So electoral commission is telling me say me 2 bus call Krubi so nipa 25 na so car no fa memfa ba komra. What the ba ko be no nye basen. Car ne ma de basen. What are they telling us? What is the meaning of basen? Comment no more personal. How should we do it? Because me community and motor issues be mo anameka no.
Some among cars say mamum basio. Or say mamum base minors any foreigners.
Then na easy the measures will be a minor, will be a foreigner. Your processor a registration center anameboa political party agents or easy officials ye juma. Emra no chere obi ba na so ye ususu so ye minor ye see ya. Obi then
you challenge.
And yet just announcement na easy no. And at the end they do be a foreigner. Me call Sampa na immigration for center so. Me call Drobo na immigration for all. So me bisa agents na ba kono so obi timi ba na immigration for na ba be question won ye Ghana ni ade. And na me say obi obeba so obe register bia no. No so ye Ghana ni obekwa ko register. So wona ugina ho no susu se nipa na nye Ghana na. You just challenge. Because immigration officer and Timikra in polling station show when him Gaza was a Cote d'Ivoire. What am I saying? You can't do that. So let them pass through the process. Omofa process no more. Kwanya ye fa so challenging minor foreigners near the adina. E set out in omomra omodi ejuma. And if electoral commission is telling us, I think that they know the right thing. If the right thing ought to be done, it must be done well. Because Obi, maybe America was semunine. At the end, Ananke be high electoral commission say out of maybe 110 polling stations, no, you move 15 and 20 crowd there. You be making sure say be registration centers so. Easy akọ home abon nye Ghana fosika na edebo. And then the prevent is there no. Yen nwen kosa angle no. You see, and ade ba ko e bia me kasa me de etoda e bia baby a tete me ntina me kasa obi. Some of us baby a free ba no. Challenges and nipa fam one thought that obi oten kran hu bi da kwasi so bewu enti ekura na se obi 35 Ghana e dey about district capital or kwa wase 35 sa family no kura na akwada na di 18 years no e betimi aba so obi ani obenya 70 Ghana cedis dey man so family register nko so these same political parties no and they be kwa penkofo and then na ama partisan politics na so extreme no I divide sharply I could do for more. Registration process ne kan pa because if indeed me fundamental human rights say me di mfie du nwotwe na wo say me timi to about to be a public election wo say me timi to be say won say me ko register ya kwansi de ma me ana me boa but it's a challenge to get even the identity card to vote. But are we addressing those issues? We are not addressing them. So sir comments na easy pass ne there they are all part of the problem. Because some polling stations are attention never hono. Obi, it remember say car na ABC FM. MPP agent no him so car we dey ABC the NDC for nkwan de gum because obeko kuro na ye kofa mabunu na nkwada na ye de omoba no. NDC for na mobilize. Another car ABC NDC agent no so gina hono. Enim say car we the MPP for nkwan de gum because nipa no cruise you can see for no. MPP penny na tika no. indirectly nkwada no kro omunim hwe no ye di kan de political enyama na du omumu ofiansa omo betwere omudin nti akwada no ono no ba polling station aba betwere ni di ne party A na party B nti na oba edie ne betimi amasa ne ma no so asi se electoral commission wo se o boye nyina o yama adwuma na ye pepepe ya masa kroma budget be na isisi ohia yakase ye nya mfa maneda nti onye adwuma agya what is yakam ya kire isida ye complain se ni sika sem osoro do ne de keka ho nyina ba se wo ya ade a ebe ma asomdwe aba tension emma we all support you obi me no kasisi e some of the polling stations baby ewo to say the name site ma first day me district I think they registered nipa 14 or so first day yeah, and a second day I think that was 34 at a second day 34 so the question is enkwada na omu free circle no so oba in and out 70 Ghana no okọ ya ade echen ya osan aba no hwan etwa ne lorry fare se baby mpo ne be pa manada hwan na epe baby manada hwan na ema ne bibi adi. These are factors that was you put into consideration because and on the matter be registration ne ba na chuka ne ntokwa ba no because nipa na ono na akoba asenko for de omaba no opese that day no omutimi register na ne cost so na omko nti se simesi so kofa nkofo ba no no so person nko for register kwa obekwa na area ho nyina ye menya so there's no remedy for that. The only thing is say ebeko na ye prepare ho ye prayer ho wi a na police abam police ba mu party any party be register exam na ko eto da because last election 2020 obi ukai constituency and attention wo mu Ghana power registration okay banda
banda not attention
okay say registration say na ekum Silas 28 years guy and we training college I was there for 2 weeks because omanya ya team a ye na ye Ghana for obi ya igweni ne life ne na omunyina banda enclave no mote because once you anom west no dodo na pa afare adwuma no ensu na no mote but registration to me do na ni aga na ni ahwe na nim se wo mfiri a wo ye kokrum ni krum ne heva eno no ye ntokwa ma ye prepare nkofo ma ye kuma akwada 28 years be sin justice be am prevailing hwede asi wa half I have issue ne ba ya no me team reporter no me stress is we are all politicians be asem see our friend and a story different and ameboa and then I cover have issue the buy because say yemfa registration and bend the doorsteps of the people no ye dem kofo ne bat say the easy for no can eno nti no say party A kono ko hu say line no nipa be 99% ni na party B nkofo na wa start ye den epopo enti ade e be ye be create tension a bit disperse crowd na when I was here. That is how it started. And the very day the incident occurred, no. Phone and so issue ne start your more promptly police for and say what is going on. So more in no and answer reinforcement am no. Police for ne trans ya nyahwe. And until me earlier submission. Me raise say aden na afi na police for akohomo. But baby na call for reinforcement kan police for ntimi anko. Ye wie ya second twitwa na etu semba mu no na ye ho baby na NDC MPP but ye to da ye nim ade ayaya ebe ma asomdwe aba na obi we know it is ya willing say ye ko ye nim no ye pese ne ma sesa ye betimi asesam ade na wo ye ne kane afia e de ntokwa ba ya ye kuma kwada no the same approach na de ko banda areas are near true din last the same areas na yansesam. And this enkofo no mugunsu no so ho no obi ukọ ho there are more than 5,000 omukọ be 6,000 electoral commission entime nkọ nkọtwere omudi masomwie ma gisa omukofa kodo so omo ba baby ebebe omo
na say on how to reach area and easy for ne be ko
omo ko ne o na ye say omo pebra na omo how to reach areas and unim ho de come this record how to reach adena uduba na kre untwam nkọgene na ekire baby a network ni adena ya omo nkọ
Omuko ombese they are registered for
na omo moti ondo omo nya Ghana for already wo network no kra no baby a ote Sampa district capital kra network ni nya adwuma so provisions are no more making necessary so obi me bonifu ano political parties obi a wasudie in the process say be ko yie enko yie wasudie electoral commission o wasudie kese pa on the issue of figures NDC ni your position on that. Once Dr. Bosman Azari Beka said DC and any day bit me affect Electoral Commission Jumi Diodi. Eya Monka Sanchez Nkwala. Monka Sasa. We are in the country at the same Electoral Commission in 2020 would declare election results. Also, some figures how many times? And maybe a Dr. Manebo Mawubia Yaminshano. Once the last week, make an answer more on Yaya Kuku. Every day, be any so many registration, the whole Ghana, and more best 730 near in polling station, be any registration center, be any pay register. And then the more mobile challenge you almost all figures in a cry wrong. What am I saying? Now, can we be sure or say the sanctity of Yejuma no affect no into figure no a year bear 19,000 a John Pico 25,000. So the good temuno, what do you go fee? Why there? I don't even know team. And there's a precedent. Ya two abaria ma yisi a create figure no untuminya yes some figures are but you declare for president. Uji this or mind be a money wa and casasam no nkemu joy. Enti ye kwa ye nim ye election kese da ye nim a ye mpese kane asem na esi ye ne bi eden e bi si biem.
Okay.
Enti electoral commission no yam from so say you just come back, just render unqualified apology to the public and let them understand say nipa ho adwuma na mo yam from so timi ba. Because here kasa bi wo ho aka e ma ba to. And kasa bi wo ho a hantan ni dwe kasa na hye nipa abufuo. Say wo waya de na me am ye political party. Menim say betimi ama me sunsuanso bone. Then you come back telling me say de na aye no kra no entimi create hwe. Na entimi create ada na wo say be correct no. Then leave it.
Eric Matima.
So electoral commission they have a lot to do. This is my colleague. The Dabia me ba ha me kan ho asemi apia hene. Yeah. Once almost a program be what you know, small scale mining. Yame admire His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the coach na yeah. Until last week na Alhaji Bawumia call hono. And I'm the cameras ne capture up ya and no more Bawumia mo side or mudi nkomo or trendy kakra. Until me who say you know for no I issue statement say one ko has a commissioner ko has
so electoral.
Yes,
right?
me bapa I am not diffusing it. I know minimum no. Menene radio ye discussion to say the menua bisiuti or MPP need still apia hene MPP ni last 3 weeks or so ye ko program bi osunyane ye ne owura Professor Joshua Labimo ko represent GM ye see airport no na menua apia hene gina airport owura dutwim si free flight no apia hene na kwaje ne back meba oda meba education minister meba oda meba I know say education minister NSC form e bia na oba be yade wo yine e na entourage bi hia no na wakwaje ne bag ne kan ye stronko but dem me pese me kire ne say because of circumstances even a surround the appointment impo no baby anipa bi mo ben na is so mo ye political persons no o delia you have to be very careful because you nipa and I want them make an say nti e to da position e de ama wa wie ye see and support to President Akufo-Addo so no pew ye de call Council of State almost say omuni afutu bia de mama mpani na de obeya no waye no waye wie but samre na edidi bia na ma no e was say started that suni ban bia dia wo da suni ban bia dia be kire say nipa simesi say de na ehu ne kane no nya sa na tie ne ba we nyae na wo san de ho batabata mo yo mu program na wonam ha ye fa ha na ote ko na so a masa we nya teta ye nya hwani. So election 2024 is about the future of our country. The mess up in the economy. I didn't know we be oh you better abanama mo hwe na MPP fo anwiamo. Ghana for now we gide MPP fo nya kro no be bo na ba no because package na mampani aye wo yisi no bi anim selection dey go. But we are promising Ghanaians. Nya Ghana fo nya gide yanko polling station ko to aba. Ye be bo ho ban. Obi ani obetimi afa ye vote even paper ba kokura dey free.
Eric mame na say mame ntie Dr. James Kwabena Bomfe on this issue na fe Yemra Charles Bisiu ho we say obi it does get okay it is from Melcom some fan too many names it gets better anytime you shop at Melcom because Melcom no ko product under one roof bebre into stationery, electronics, homeware, kitchenware, furniture, home decor, electricals, and groceries are born ewo from Ubenya Biato ewo Melcom T&C supply. And this is not the because Melcom is where Ghana shops in Moma Yan Shannon. So now if you're also tired of the same old political rhetoric, If you believe it's time for a change that truly represents the voices of our youth, our women, and children in this country, then welcome to Nana Kwame Bediako. Or a presidential candidate who is not just promising change, but actively working to make it happen. Nana Kwame Bediako is not your typical politician. He's a visionary leader with a passion for making our country better through innovative industrial revolution. Together we can change the political narrative and create a government that truly represents the interest of all citizens. And join Nana Kwame Bediako on this journey to build a better Ghana and inclusive future for all by contributing to the Save Ghana Fund campaign. It is a fund be a friend Save Ghana Fund. Your support, no matter the amount, is not just a donation. It's an investment in the shared desire for a more prosperous, equitable, and a better Ghana. Visit nkb.com.gh, nkb.com.gh, or dial *887 2024 hash, *887 2024 hash to donate. Thank you for your support. In the way, the change makers and our Ayrton Safrel say donate for a prosperous Ghana. Nana Kwame Bedi, I'll be my friend Cheddar. A home common anymore AD. Dr. James Kwabnamonfe, Mamintio.
You say, oh my Ghana, won't mean you sue your state emblems, no?
Yeah.
And your national colors. And find your party.
So, Obianya, sir, Obianya, sir.
Sir.
Me, Busa.
Miriam, I'm just asking you, say, are you aware?
Am I aware of the law? Am I aware, say, Obi? I'm aware of the law. I'm not aware, so Obi de Obi Busa. I'm not aware.
Oh, and I be when you cannot use state emblems
of the state.
Yeah.
To represent
for your partisan at the
unless until I saw in
sure.
State yeah.
Sure.
No, yes, so you can use it for your party.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And even the flag of Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah, so nobody has done that.
I should be wedding. You see, you say, oh, yeah, my Ghana, we are man, you say, Suya. Na yenya sem ya na ase amanyosem ya goodie bi mankrofo bi no. Obi. Hwe. Mato me boatie minuanu ndc for. Ene matie minua Eric. Ewa ha. Na ya na me di ho ya kakra se. Ya na irefi yambato abakosem kakra. Hwe. The only time in the electoral history of our country, Electoral Commission declaration, yakase court akase enye ne ye nwiamu, if you want to use the word nwiamu, was in 1996, the election of Rebecca Adote into parliament. She was almost there or parliament for the entire period. As a camo, you declare case no case or no necessary MP no. Sa parliament nanka say omo time aswan sa. Emma court ka say yenkotwa Rebecca Doty dimu emfam free mrahwebedafie wo say onye member of parliament. Yemfa azikamu dinya den enhye ho. This is a record of our nation. But one says, Sabri Mumpono, you bet my say na a bajimbre to the extent say na technology and ye to say the atre ne biometric process technology na indeed tintima to say the near tintima. And mumpo from so and I say we mu a course no yet me daneno. I don't know about me abamu na yen detective. Yeah, nice handsome make say obi be wi abamu na ye bibia commission no mo 7-member commission no odi aba no betuma wiam. Obi prove to me how they can rig an election. One. You to aba no polling station. and they can say there are about 40,000. The last 2020 elections, no, almost about 38,000,
8,000 plus
922 or 44 something. So polling station makunu nyina no. Obi betima tena han mo say or electoral commission chairperson returning officer for the presidential elections. Enti Nana Akufo-Addo na appointed no. Enti Ghana for anto aba ma bia the candidate of Amanyoku a Mampani air support. No Nana Akufo-Addo na appointed nti akọ declare election ama sanipa krono. Obi obekasa bia sinu who. It's also possible. Obi muti before electoral commission be ye in declaration no. Na mo election headquarters mo listen ya na meboa. Me na pani kwa me se fa kan wo multi friends despite media no mo so e wo mo de Bolare group yi the saying EIB no mo so e wo mo de group ya 3FM for your from say
media general
wo mo so wo mo de Metro TV4 wo ma yo mo de me refi kwa me ye GTV wo the state media Radio Ghana obi a wone de how one nya sad na ye toto abato ase wo Ghana han mo no. Is that so possible? Of course nipa from so betimi abane ade but enye fatal enye beyond repair enye beyond arrest enye na sa obi dey mercy me tis ansem na yekoso no I me bisaye electoral commission for transparency and I say bibia be da ho pefenti da bia ye registration ni wi a wo mo ye omu bu akonta e de kire Ghana fo ye nyina nti ye wo de omu atrocho e na omu wa de omu friend photographs chese mfoni se be ya Ghana map no nie miamia ye wo centers no dodo say ba bia ye say ni ena nipa na all your photographs no all your info but the figures I are communicating no and no na ye digital so ye di hu say the photographs no ye no e miscommunicate komisa enam periperion million ye raise issue na waje tum say I'm from so koso na from so no nie on pese be obeje no atum really now be the ben ya limited registration e wo Ghana ha from 1992 I share multi-party democracy as it to net commission no limited registration or your registration center bia one we are not talking about general registration no
limited
there has never been one and many only they are not the only party who had issues with say electoral commission selected places no and no munkwa mako IPAC me I'm no longer a member of IPAC but me civil society organization you call as observers matna on mama who say new patriotic party for raise issues with baby said almost ye no ma who say NDC for raise matisa even other parties like LPG I raise issues about it and minia Henry Latte group
yes
atu
GCPP
that been a boy be a citizen atu dazi mati omuna PPP for omunya raising issue about it and nya monkwa na more raise issues but commission no amanchiremu time and again obi yentimi engage in a friends and endless debate over one issue wa manchiremu de ntia o ye ne sa now pa yanhwe figures na about no say what be all the 38,000 or about 40,000 registration centers. Can you imagine the impact? Nipa dodo a ebeko baku bia. Any the cost implication on the commission. Any the temporary staff now wo recruit no. Omo temporary staff recruitment bia kra. Mo itemized list who is what party, who is not what party. Can you imagine? Me na na me be one obi menti ase o. oh hwɛ abana yeto no da bia me kase ye betena radio so ne ye kasa obi and this is an observation I've made. I don't come here thinking that me and me kasa ma obi aye convinced to. In fact, the yam is slow ho pa eto da na me ho popo me say me ba radio so ne say o kasa no enkrofo tio to validate or invalidate their work. I'm telling you. Enkrofo nim de chen. And obi a wo tie bia no wo he na dwen say bi na odinam. Ense me no obeka beto asumu obetie ni ade. But me yenye adwene say ye ne ye ba be kire Ghana fo ba bi obi beto na baako. I can bet you most Ghanaians have made up their minds already where they will vote. Sometimes yes and I say you prepare the minds of Ghanaians for rationalizing our defeat. Why? Why you sure say we win aba? O kasaye, wanamontuo, unkomodie, eye nkrahesem. And suggest say manya enye dey enye dey wo mitrim. Nkomo ye ni nkrofo di ye hwe ni ye. Hwe research wo obi obetuma akoba bia koye research. Nipa kro na one ne kasa ye na ade bechi obekọ with the same set of questions. Nipa no be more different set of answers. And that is the dilemma sociologists are always confronted with. Why people behave the way they do. Human behavior. Abuo nipa so no nti ye nipa ho adwuma die ye kasa ye susunka me kanfo ase so far Electoral Commission enya target say or the beye registration same I can't how many days now almost on be
you know like 21 days
since be say may may ending ho me boy
yeah.
So far, my shall say no. Me fi say the omo ye ni nyina no. Basa ye bia nhye dan koso ba bia. Ye mom pa ye say obi bia say okọ register no, onko register. Na anu ya na me expect say minia Eric be kan say sa statement a isi ama say don't bus minors and foreigners to centers no. Maybe na me visa anu ya be man say yamba say minors ne foreigners in ko ba bia. And it will end it. Don't forget that the Electoral Commission it is supposed properly to have a research unit. I almost gather information. Ababia Electoral Commission no generate internal report. Say they see koye and say their uncle. Enti sabi se omo de asemi betuda. Na se entasumu pokrana Eric Bubebi wa kasa boko esankan abufu yina no sabeya onu na asem na entasumu no onu momo beluku yebehu ni se asem okan na entasumu na mom nipa no de ayi asem a entasumu aba oso se ne memma wanu yi a entasumu mo a sabi yefum kumu a yefum dwa o man chichire dodo o ma chichire ayese ye chiri danfo obakofo chiri na enye nipa bako bia su ni onu ana nipa ko bia su ni wa omunkwa betuma ye Ghana ye da ye nyai se na akoye se enye me a man no hye enye me a ene obi antimi nye man ni ye age se me nko ha ye jama nko betuma ye sa suban ye mfa nye man enti medimanu besia na maka se commission no so de ye keka nyina no omuntie na supam na omumfantiniti ni womu mu ye nipa de na me fi say asemo Eric Kafa minua apiahene obi me maka kire wo ha say I don't have a problem with somebody having political colors being appointed to the commission. However, asemo me Eric ya adwene ni say o dual identities. In this case, we a lecturer. Also a commission member of the Electoral Commission. Odo for amanyofo mududo ni titru babia enam si wo free bar ye bebodin enti say ya mpade aminim say Eric Neka asɛm na meka na ntina ɔda ne akaida na wotwitwa but sɛ yɛmpa a mɛsrɛ me nua no sɛ ɔnhwɛ ne ho so yie wɔ saa nneɛma no yɛsɛ yɛhwehwɛ wo wanamɔn wɔ ayi abotan so a wonkɔfa nnuam na wie
James Kwabena Bonfe and the training kano. Charles Bisi Mpocho maintain registration matters arising.
That's it. Obi. And some of them back and my notes. The Muslim brother. No, she notes. Oh no, right today. Me pream down them kada Ghana until motion notes out customs no ma hwe mu phone henza mama church
menyonam
no onye school close near Christ as I am on concern no spadi onye close school na
anyway bia na iskadu ntia
okay by the part be ultra GC na oye simultaneous equation yes be cumulative graphs na be me maths na ondo o ma GC no ma etrede ni ya tin be copy na padi no nyi maths nto pani equation na oye they no so copy nto do graph no sa padi no oye so oye ni you a no so no
that isn't
so copy if you want idea I dem nyan men this feel no you better so oye one zaman and then asoma na yete yakenya unam kade we have political politics and political party politics inti my brother Eric Kasan I don't think oyon or kasa NDC anti with all due respect to NDC asem into or kasa nyanam sa asem na or kan ye beden na no do twadachi na my customer mind back to the United Kingdom ayo electoral rule is 18 years pay no electoral rule do mo nti fie bia wonyim nipa wato wezi 18 wezi dey na de but o national insurance card na omo dam privilege nti wo to na na wo national insurance card na mo ba na dam number no anyina na wa be den nti 18 years pe na wo electoral road nti o do wo koto aba o fie pono we post wa ba za abroad wo ballot paper was abroad na mo ba koto aba to bo na fie yi nipa 10 wo koto aba na 5 na I think we have to get there one day. And where does it start from? It starts from digitalization. Let Dr. Baomiase. Because Ghana card no have a CCN. Me sure that I compare about training in Abisha mobile. Ubia would and would data in our and I think that but maybe someone should be on that. Are we going to solve this problem with this? No, we won't. Because then it descends or cascade over to political party politics. That's so Yemen and Moha, man cannot say. Because if I didn't know, they started from opaque ballot box. That time no was snatch ballot boxes now the mobile. Nearby ya baby able doing in there. Then ya ban globalization now but digitalization now BBA to verify. Minjins there or turban them. Again, margin can see STL. Obasanjo Bahan or Sazo or Jolon Sanche, Eden or Crodanche or Ubinan Kanche Ghana Bobo. It means that something happened. So I think that baby you to a man send me MPP I don't know Yamaka. Because Mac say if you feel bad no so Makanum Daku as agenda 111 hospitals. Now yeah I say 50 people at it means that I'm happy because we didn't have that. Moba COVID beno obeyenwa moba ne 50. But Matana Makada or 50 Namkada or 80. Let me take from political party will come back to bite me because the Ghanaian is discerning now. When he no that you the Ghanaian psychology first year kado and a pair to Atamos now but then you be out to Akufado. Me are not one over to Aban appear one no appear Akufado. But was Atamos here to you. What about 5 o'clock? I ain't got to Akufado. What's the old Abby? That be out no way deceiving. Oh, man, them time with you. Because when the brother cast of this was more from 350 cities. What these things are sentimental things, emotional things that are touching you. But deliberately, no. America's white America's for easy. But we have to look at it as an institution. But that's a Bank of Ghana no as an institution because a creature of law. is in a creature of article 45, 46, no man can know on your mobile. In time where is mechanism, the factually near IT system, and I said it that easy or starting they were feeding problems. If you had gone on for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm not sure my man resign. No, because you knew, you've given us notice, you've told us that so planning and preparation is part of the process. Then you have been negligent. I haven't seen the percentage of negligence in this, another percentage of failure. You can percent in ECI when you're 30%. I mean, first day in one more radio station was 45%. I expect them to get to 90%. Them no would woman, more potata, sir. Or by soon, why no, yeah, or dear can. In all this time, American, there, you can 2020 elections on the Ukraine. In your crocot 2013 a number. You took the evidence great 17,000 fractions near to cray. What we in the amen. Yajitu a number. 2020 a similar thing happened was crocot, but other evidence here to crawl. No, so on the MPPs in crocot, it worked on the psychology of Ghanaians, and we learnt a lot of things from that elections are won at the polling stations. Near you saying, but on the counter man parliament on the 2010 no Mokrahanta was. No, don't fear Uncle Bill. No, was remember, Mr. Darby, Muslim political party that problems. So I'd rather go and do party work. Here, the master look at Nana Kufuor, and I'm telling you, so I think that they Mukro no read Doche. No, I think it was in September. In the judgment. No, or the area in September, no coverage. No, I'm catching a monk call MP Bill. Now, more call for
regional secretary.
What's but won't you call? When that's a young person, no, it's not about the money. I just want my party to propel my party for. What I'm trying to say is that Mokrano court in some maybe into after me the polling station will win elections. Yeah, then you train young Crawford with Kaide Shama you on one. Okay. You can one electricity food you train Crawford. You train Paddy be also share me say your call in that and just for mobile born made it. No, I want to fetch a manama that obey DC. Nam say the boy men pedach on Baba. Yeah, ballot account now also cocoon. Never cook Bob no after so the whole thing is about intellectual asset in the year and we're building a country until you need more from work panel. You're ready some for you to add you know aban William. What's a chichi tibia so adaya? One and all William entire year preparing for the 2024 elections yeah Bob one crop no. As in the way I work on, as we won't touch to that, I would do fingerprint over an mobile. As so, what will be in but when you're working with technology, that means I'm in Kakanka or better no papa. Now, passing of more from more CNJ. And you pay there. As in, only Ghana and Obiani near you, Obu, Emmetanoa, Mam inside Yanaka, Moba, if you see Central Region, and son I'm Papa Hunter. Okay, into matter. Namaso, that one basobia. Naboko keta jelukope. No, I call foul. Or mine will be no out. Obia question now. So, maybe I know him busing. The one some no materials in America then. America Kanda. So, when we are communicating, I mean, I need to look at institutional, the mandate in that. Wakada is Abejuman or ye. Nay, is Ababejuman, Abasam ne catching. Have you gone contrary to that? Because your hand will catch in there. What about the mobile ones? Into mobile ones over Kadway and say, yeah, I challenge there. Yeah, near one starters. Then the 2020 year registration said it was COVID in to me. Mobile. But we proved that, EC proved it, that it is possible. Mobile.
Because we were joined with the EC.
Exactly.
Ghanaians.
Exactly. Yeah, also my social distancing, but no, what's my cry. But in the integrity of our obeying. On the aircraft, you know, those was the elections here, so are we going to prepare Ghanaians all the time there? And now we'll be.
Look, Obi, do you remember they were even proposed as a election 2020 came here because of COVID?
Yes.
Yeah. And some we discuss it here. Yes. That the danger in not holding the elections outweighed say elections.
Exactly. Okay, that President Kufado Kasim there. Oh no. Woman one day pulled out the mandates of Ghanaians as constitutional president. So he followed the law. He followed the law. And see, I don't know so so to them so they on your day they ever twist na 10 because I can't some no see free SHS aba whether we like it or not. More from what research skills or your wilds in years. Because first, in your levels, yeah, for book now. You to read the man potatoes. Now, from one JSP, maybe I couple no be no, but I catch a business. And the boy, law, law, a lawyer, while I put to read one mobile. You read about connection, then there's a check that lawyer, boom, lawyer, papa, no, your papa, and a mobile. Echo hospital in the Wabridge, another baby, some doctors who share the Wabridge or your patient and the doctor relationship. Or see, the maid dream is a bummer. Mazuma obey the side effect in Anamoba, across Subakadi. So then you are interacting with a person from a fiduciary point of view. So all I'm saying is that, say, what's the main bass and Grofunqua? I mean, now you're there to go for that. Don't get past there. Say 17, 18, men call. Near parents are cassa. Why the man actually the woman, but make the free as as Abba from a what skills would you share? Oh, yeah, your papa, because my back can be on Puno, my way of breaching as no, not Bagana, non so or no, or can I say me there? Woman homework, no man homework now, or Ben, I'm sure no, also Missy Chatch no comment to her. Elma Michana, no, I'm sure them so 9 hours. Africa can be sent here. Now, no course, wouldn't you feel your bit? I'm so, what's I was the main field. Nam so you've done well, course Dabi, or your parent-teacher collaboration. It's a mention trouble. Nam's now our abbas in the Ufia. Also, I dump him the I say, hey, go and get me a cup, go and bring me water. Write it, write what? Oh, my Michana. I forgot how I've been serving you. Yes, I forgot 7 years. When will no response, when will there or no so responsibility will feel? And I'm over. One more way, show and tell. Into show and deck a show and tell I catch it day. Easy, you may be a show and tell either, nay, easy for and this is easy for your man. Not as it's a friend. Oh, yeah, this year show and tell now. But last year, NDC said they were come to steal the elections, but it never happened. So this year, I'm going to do MPP. From Universal Outdoors of Arabia is about 10 years. So all I'm saying is that, let's not taint the integrity of what we have, because we started from 1992 opaque ballot boxes. No fun with motorbike, no will shoot the way they. Yes, violence were in elections, but them in some year king. Oh no, then Oman prepared them violence, but by Yimping Faka Senti, Yam prepare. Down to 2020, Namanam, on SSGBC on Nimahon. Musha no about 4 no more from maybe no further. Time and this one can picket war easy. But since we have better on our phone and paying for the ben or one bad, and soon as one point been to work of it, no finima, no one to work of it. Why are we doing this from Emma? I mean, it's got to cut will be by or say over support primary, yeah? Now, Mr. What or Shisharoban, no, you or your Shisha Gata Hoba. In my son catching Pocro, don't wait, Mushan. So moon vote on ballot box don't know to me, my twatch. You understand? Because you're a politician. Area has no sooner you're not more from and wide and over 7 years. Because you think that area prey on them. Social vices, no, but no, be a book wall, not the second hour, because you're not developing the human resource. So when we sit in political chairs, we have a fiduciary relationship with the citizen. That you're very wide way to put. Yeah, them eventually, what's the call Ghana? Crime kosura scan be near education anamoma. It is a crime kofuma scan will be used on something else. I conclude on that.
Meda Saint Charles Bisu near 10 and Ekosiisen Suni a higher Sempa FM. Check your time. 10 minutes to hit 6 p.m. Ewo Asempa FM. So midin your saibon so in studio Dr. James Kwabena Bonfe, Charles Cromwell Onia Wonto Bisu and Eric AJ. In Penfomi and saying anyone AD and Como, Yabaya any other business, na fe share atwaso, but na me come for text tank at the amamo pacho say unsa enka wo tanka, bomode ne kokojibi tanka yedin suo gumpa de syntax tank or office ufie na isidine so kama and a durable tank a tank na free throw be from kra imunibi. Correct one pass syntax tank in the akasa a strong a tough ma unsa intimin kan de ofre 0244 335 168 0244 335 168 na yenhwe intimi ema unso unsa enkan de kama makamfo translite solar amamo ene meguso aka say ene awiebo organ hanko ade sa opese sika utua e wo kane abo eba form mawa ma unsa enka translite solar ye me fix ye in panel no ye solar inverters ne lithium ion batteries ne bi ema ofie wo office na ewia ba watimi dia generate power kama na we use ofie. Translight solar ho asem na make to ye wo 98 Boundary Road wo East Legon in between ARS and the American House, White House bus stop wo be hu yen office e wo ho. Your website is translightsolar.com. Opesa on yen kasa 0504 249 229 0504 249 229 na only yen intimi enin komo. Everywhere there is sunlight, there is Translight. It be modern na frewon CC and MFX panels nibi emma. Unim say your WhatsApp number will show you so 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. On the 1st of June 2024, T Havana Restaurant and Gardens, Community 9, Tema. Here is Sempa FM Champions League Fun Day, no air premo. It's supported by Adom 106.3 FM. And in the 1st June, and it's made in air basso. Yenina ko akogadawa one place, Ashe final of the UEFA Champions League. Oh, bar. Come wearing your favorite UEFA team jersey and join us for a day of fun around the UEFA Champions League Grand Finale. T Havana Restaurant and Gardens or Community 9 in Tema. Which team fans will emerge tall in the inter-team fun competition? Into your 5-a-side soccer, your arm wrestling, hoops challenge, board games, and many more. There will be loads of fun, entertainment, and amazing prizes to be won on Saturday, the 1st of June, 2024. And Mommy and Shannon, so tune in to Asempa FM as we bring you live commentary powered by Asempa Sport. That will be on the 1st of June. And join the conversation on our social media platforms with the hashtag Asempa Fun, Asempa FM UCL Fun Day, Asempa FM UCL Fun Day. Your media partner, Adom 106.3 FM. Yeah, tough. In Moma, yen Shannon, so near fire on engine. On the 1st day of June, remember, it will be fun. Real fun na bibia akoye amai mekai messages kakana fe ya any other business na ya sorry every jumedi so Ekosiisen so ni ehaya Sempa FM. Let me see some of the messages are aba na fe yenhwen twas we say obi Dr. Manebo and Dr. Bosman Asare are classmates, but given that Bosman is now a commissioner at the Electoral Commission, and Omanebwama is the current NDC Director of Elections and IT.
Or they were classmates?
Ose, they probably were year mates because about medicine, about political science. Yeah, it's true. Or say, indeed, if the only tool you have is a hammer, you tend to see every problem as a nail. The abundance of complaints warrant the NDC to throw in the towel. Eric and his team should wake up. Samuel Brian Boaben Wawoshi and on the way Abraying. This one says that Obi, good afternoon. On the subject of the age of youth organizers, I think age should not be a yardstick. The Imbrantiehine concept of chieftaincies in the chieftaincy system, the Abrantiehine is an elderly person, not the United Nations definition of youth. I think that is the system the NDC is using to appoint their youth organizers. Also there, we say Obi in the Tano South constituency in Ahafo, the NDC's youth organizer was 58 years. We used to call him Akokra Youth. His deputy was also 53 years. PK Sapon and Onudu. Onudu Yaba. PK Sapon. Yeah, that's it. Papa. We say Obi. Good evening. Kabila says if anyone says the EC can rig an election, it's not true. In fact, Kabila, that is not
elections and go undetected.
Okay, it's not true. Or say that is not factually correct because
I gave the example of Rebecca Dote, who the Electoral Commission declared as winner NDC ticket.
Because Akufo-Addo was in court in 2013 election. What was his plea in the court? That's from Masawudu Hamza, or say a friend Junior Capello, and all the way Abba. We say Obi, please tell Charles Bissio that in the UK there is a national register, but it has nothing to do with the electoral register. The electoral roll is compiled differently. The electoral office sends voters' forms to each household for those who are eligible and also interested to vote to complete. Many, though, also put their names on the electoral register, not for voting purposes per se, but just to create eligibility to get loans, mortgages, etc. Most lending firms will not even deal with people not on the electoral register.
Just like the Ghana card?
Say again?
Is it just like the Ghana card?
Yes. More like.
What I said was there's the national insurance.
Yeah, the NI number. No? Okay.
Through that, they know where everybody is, and then every month, every day September, that's when you go on the electoral roll.
Very well.
For voting purposes, you go out there, and they send to your home.
Okay. This one says, please ask the NPP man which school is his son. Okay, does his son attend? Okay. Ato a son, e will Winneba. Ato a son, should be it. E will Winneba. And on the way, a brain. Good afternoon, Obi. I am African from Agbogba. Can't people think like the way this man is thinking? I mean, James Kwabena Bonfe. I'm very proud of this man, and may God bless our land with such thinkers. The biased way of thinking is too much in this country. Okay. Where's Obi? Ask Kabila. Can't we change to have more registration centers this time around? The fact that we've never had more centers during the limited registration period in the past doesn't mean we cannot do that this time around. We just have to improve on our processes. Dr. Barkus, Texas, US of A. Nedie Enono. Where's Obi? Please give thanks. Okay, to Kabila for me for his matured advice all the time. Ofori Anthony or Lashibi Zone 2. Nedie Enono. Where's Obi? Good evening. My daughter, who works at EcoBank head office and lives at Wager SCC, reached home at 1 a.m. yesterday. This is unacceptable. Maxwell Ewo Abokobi, the earlier conversation we had on the traffic situation yesterday. We said, your friend Meshak Asante or Amasaman, Ghanaians are wide awake and we are watching every single step of the Electoral Commission. And if they think they can get their way this time around, then they must be joking. If not the vigilance of the NDC, they would have succeeded in changing the 2-day figures. Really. Greetings to Sedem Afenyo, incoming MP for Amasaman. Where's the Obi? Okay. Let me see. NDC should give us a break. If they have allowed the EC to do the continuous registration and used the Ghana card by changing the CI, all these things will not be happening. Or no, so they are brain and no. This one says, Obi, tell the NDC man in your studio that Ghanaians will never make a mistake and bring former President Mahama, also Baumia all the way, Eric Adanse Domia Bra, Ewo Obuasi East, and or the way a brain. Where's your friend Dr. Down Blow, or is it Brimso Apewusika? And he says the ongoing registration exercise is marred by unfortunate violence, which is a result of the bad leadership of Jane Mensah and Bosman Asare. It is quite perplexing to witness Jane Mensah's behavior, as she previously advocated for an open registration process in election years. However, she now seems to be aligning herself more with the interest of rather than serving the nation. We can take solace in the fact that any unscrupulous attempt to manipulate the elections for the benefit of a single party will ultimately fail. We trust that divine intervention will ensure a fair and just electoral process. Okay. Also, which here, Felix Kwache Ofusu. I hear you. If election is a process, not an event, why should Kabila think rigging it would be an event? Sefa ewoho nedie enye. Obi, this minus voters registration exercise will simply end if we choose the ID card system. I am 39 years in Europe and I've never ever heard any brouhaha about voters registration. Ghanaians should welcome the national ID in doing all security issues. It will solve many of our challenges. Elder Charles, Belgium, Elder, much more message. New year, moon sign kind mobile. Ansana must send it and then make some of these corrections. Good evening, Obi. Please let the NDC understand that Ghanaians are fed up with their untruths, so they should change their style of doing politics and issuing empty threats. Because we, the descending people of Ghana, are not ready for them. So they should stop making unfounded allegations. Emmanuel Kweku Yamwa Odie Enono. Obi, I agree with Eric Ejay that the failure of the previous EC boss and the current EC to bring registration centers close to the people is worrying. Why does the EC punish innocent Ghanaians who desire to write their names and vote? Joseph Ewo Achimota ABC. Obi, good evening. Comrade Eric is making a good submission. Let us forget our individual political affiliations and think Ama Ghana. Prince Uncle Andam Eduafo from South Africa, Limpopo, and on the way about Edase Papa. Let me come back now for Yen Twasu ending for any other business, and then we can make progress. Ekosiisen Suni. Obi, why should limited registration still be conducted in this primitive manner? And wasn't the basis of the ongoing digitalization configured to allow the National Statistical Service and the EC to query for those who will turn 18 years old before December 7th so that they can be contacted to register and vote? Also, can't school principals identify only students who've turned 18 or will soon be 18 to register to vote instead of closing schools while only a handful of students are qualified to register to vote? Please help me understand this. Obi, but who says schools have been closed? Among closing schools, so what they've said, they say students are 18 years, no, and the
free
grace period, free exit. So among conquer register no among Saimra. Schools have not been closed. I think we have to be clear on that. Now, Yenye any other business? Doc, me shall say free hold this time around.
Obi. Mentra had mon ka say obi ntimi enrege ana obi ntimi wiabam.
Okay.
Menkasa
Asempa FM.
Ke me ka ye me sense subium. Me say abajim brempo. Na me make reference to NDC candidate. Ye wi abamu man na ye from so boni di 1996 Rebecca Adoti court high court ebua say ye ntwani dim e parliament na se bedwa fi ne mfa azika mudin enhye ho ewo mu say echeye. But that determination was made, at least for the records. From so easy aye mremu ye won ho adanse ba kono no koma NDC 96 and I make us abri numpo na process ayede ye no na ye sophisticated to say ne nyame ayadom ene abefo kwan for so didi dwumanti no answer cry electoral commission chairperson as the returning officer for presidential, now returning officers for all the constituencies, ombe declare the betino. No more misentro for another ubo for Monsaka almost my idea a friend provisional resource. Nti abaya din say ya to Obama Eric. Ewo studio ha polling station. Now wo as returning officer, obe declare their match has bisu. Na yen hunu se Eric ene to abano mano na momfom so na wo ye the match has bisu ya meka no so ubetumi awiamu de wanu betumi afom de ubetumi ayemfom so de but den ya yebehu. That's my argument abato enye putupuru asem enye prekopa asem ade wo da na isi friends Obi what is a current CI 127 no and 91 amendment of the 91 and they say CI na hwe abato so no even though it was a slight amendment done no it's now CI 127 CI no sorry CI 126 CI 126 no what is it order so ewo ade your friend continuous registration ada na yen fa no nya adwuma ye nyina yusu. And I make us say, ebia na yentie ho commission na manchiremu de ntia limited registration no all the registration centers and I say potential polling stations ebi kura 2024 yi ye be kwa bro 38,944 polling centers no and no electoral commission no de buy ya 2020 ye to aba no ye hu hinhan ye e ma mo be se no miensa no na obi atuna ba wie there may be an improvement say ye benya additional polling centers they make nyina say enye commission no nko adwuma ye ni a ye di amanyosemachi amanyoku ahodo de wubofo civil society organizations ye nyina ye nsem kaye ye nkomodie ya danse a ye di obi e ka ho bi emma electoral commission adwumadie no etintim anasa etotonase na ye kasa totonase a ye wia electoral commission declare abanu wia so what totonase awie no the declaration is a wo na ekoma wo a what will be your verdict on that they make anyina no mesre nyina wonsom nipa ne yede ye o man chichiri ayese ye kochi damfo obako chi no a enye yie eye nyina ye dia na o man be ye yie o enye yie o manfo bra ene kire me de ma desre ne se komisa no ebedi ni huni watoto ne niema yie ye ne a yeso ye dwumadie ana de ye ene komisa no adwuma a wo mo ye no ekọ benkro mu no yesoso yente ye boase yenye ye de yie mentimi ho asiba nipa no ne ye deka na ye ni yi a ye ma ya ye ho ye na ese soso a ese butu ye nyina yeti so obi me da se
nso me da se Charles any other business mpocho
obi me da se the brother be kase no so me ye kakra me can about Ghana card and I spoke about globalization and digitalization. Now Ghana card it's synonymous to the UK national insurance card number.
Yeah.
I was about to wonder. And then I mentioned the electoral rule. That electoral rule say ekwa dem link no obom anamba.
Yes.
Ekwa na register county council na register. Obom that okay, national insurance day. It's data. I'm talking about data. Ayeji but all credit worthiness, yes. Electoral rule no make credit worthy banks no share. The man Ghana had under Dr. Baumi no so banamoba. Sector Ghana card first what's a kubwe accounts what's a draw ufi anamba aba landmark no. Now you don't need that digitalization no address system no anamoba. It's our card so I'm saying that we're getting somewhere into the electoral processes about the baby and I concluded by saying that I'm struggling to understand if you are a partisan politics Boma the Bian will prey on the psychology of the vulnerable to gain advantage. That's all I'm saying to you. If you are not one to mass Obi American America BC a man baby way to see elections say Ekosiisen 2024 Ghana ade moon manifesto be achieve 50% now apart from 2016 and 2020 your friend manifestos about 2008 and this one manifesto also be 2012 will change 2016 wakafa no so change ba the 2020 was the people's manifesto. Okay, but MPP has been consistent with whatever we put in there. Free SHS, industrialization, 1D1F, but saying that it doesn't mean that but no, you because Ghana be a cradle. They be a macadamassum and in 1983 and they be a macadamassum because I can some like local number. I can be now one more exams syllabus or the same number. Why your questions would be from different angles. You see, Ghana, why young industrialization castle okay, it's under PNDC. Because Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana, now I think the population was about 6 or 7 million. Until they whisker. Otu yen MP state enterprises mobile your friend then about glass fire bonds tiny and all and people were working and they be had near to Malaysia and Singapore Nazi but they haven't had those tasks that we had on why retired your progress mobile then 1983 yenya structural adjustment program economic recovery program mobile on now 128 state owned agencies what under the diversity and implementation committee. So employment over fall. When MMA corporate I have a corporate background. When you are selling off estate here, you must have the ready market for it. A strategic investor and a disposal of mobile. But the thing now go port now show. Now gradually about the democracy deep in Ghana. And if you go across Africa, you democracy we're doing. Even though replicating it from the Western world, you're replicating it, but as we're going along, we're evolving. In some kind of opaque, our we're able to be in there. So you're going as we're going along, you're able to be tuning, now you're fine tuning our boy. But the industry say good now. Obi Ben was the shadow manifesto more. Also, my industrialization or the policy biaba. Out of that, missing there, send me from 2016, missing there, you have 50 factories. I will be grateful. But that's because here too, we're fighting over Commander Sugar Factory alone. But that's the most famous sugar factory in the whole world that won't produce sugar. But now we have say in the 50, then it's a starter. So let's not poo-poo it. What I want us to do is okay. I mean, 70. But that's natural why I tell them 8 years now and 70. Then Ghanaians are understanding us. But that's them hospitals and agenda 111 and may the others until America case continue to do because the party that develops Ghana is MPP. Because actually, an ideologist and you get a capitalist view, Anamoba. And some this is offer the socialist side, Anamoba. But why is it that NHIS is a socialist policy? Moba, levy, Moba. Metro Mass or a socialist policy, free SHS. So private sector being the engine of growth. So you don't have any business coming in, but man some potatoes. By be able to know, I remember catch them we're planting for food and jobs so a year deeper retard. And all these things I'm saying doesn't mean that things have been rosy. What's the mean can or your COVID no Ukraine or your fact 2 weeks ago na UK also no was in a recession and it's as a result of COVID in Ukraine one number Ricky Sooner one prime minister last week 2 weeks ago us about the COVID in Ukraine why affecting the United Kingdom on our advanced economy but obia depend on obi important country that's why we have international trade until international trade trade unless one can export na import it will affect your economy until when there them dollar and the seed in Zabano record at onyamede because my better no say my ban the day there I go out there and then about affectable so but me fear mo come so maybe say yeah then why because one way or the other na me tell and see will be pardon no be so do say we ba no kwa be school boba na ma kakere bi mo ba no ko we ba GHS na wa kwa hwe mo ba na bia wa ka fan ko we on a national security issue to me ya no e ho am che part point am making it there day asam ne kan but ye hwe 2024 elections you wait too the emmy mo ho be any day na me any day atasa na wo tin wa hide na Ghana fu ya hide ya tso ya adwon no no na chere yezu koyin because one now what aban wait 18 years United Universal Adult Suffrage 18 years to wait no auto aban na sound mind na vote no be na your vote is your power. I disagree because vote no onya wo dia say what could there or your would obi wait 18 years and now sabi na adwene yes on so I don't to be mobile but I will know why I trust voting in you important sir community one want to abanya what's out okay yamo Universal Adult Suffrage cut to abama na development bi mbra na aba as development bro it say ekone enti asem ye na eto abana so party or today nti markwa no onye the psychology of the people. We know that every 8 years the psychology is that we be chemukwa ni mukwa aba aban bi nko na aban mbra mobwa but you would know that MPP is a party that develops Ghana free maternity health care mobwa onye dem from na wako free SHS ya onye wona so no what benefit for them rental scheme ya menka that rental scheme ni na pepepo but it's you start from somewhere. Tell mama can pick you start at the able to do. You start from somewhere. And when the government is bringing the policies or young citizenry, the way able to is that discipline within us? Are we disciplined enough there? What's good to do 8 o'clock and they do 9 and able to 10? It affects productivity. Yeah, when you lawyer be baby one watch and me move food because the client also mission of court. Ma nipa couldn't do 8 o'clock. Why second way jumum? To be 8 o'clock. Wait do no lawyer no go up and down. No up. 1 o'clock. no catching a coffee na brechra. As I say, let me send that. Why? Man, why better have to 8 hours 12? As I say, have you thought about the productive hours at work? And one mention, I say, Mr. Abrof, somebody, let me know. Okay, you more man hours, and you affect the country. In yours, the benefit of the country. Into 6 hours will be done. One and one year, man. Into for the no, I affect baby or baby. So that's our attitude. Important, and it happens in ministries. Tell Dr. Baumia, okay, see, just 7 days. And there, what's the amount? No, or the people said 2.5 or said. Until Bagon Peda, why no stay? Because if you're so no dizzy, until no, I could block as Mama as in ye and me my age more I've seen these things as a galam say Juma me I've seen this sabotage because I will feel the area as in Yamo bin as a why they you want Colombia stop Colombia the drug dealers know what cocaine about to come and I saw things that was safe here the baby you can far offending or European Space Agency I mean I brought them free of charge we training EP baby free of charge but you know my friend Francesco nothing one day we check later on no be. Yeah, why father or the kid or the bill ban? I sent a message to a national security minister that this thing has been done. Was the bill up? I want to stop it. Are you getting? So I'm saying that a ban is the babu. Now, Nipanusa will receive their loss. Now, as and the idea will Piasu will feel. There's nature and nurturing. As into community you grow on oil and then you better ha you better educate one. But as young chia and some no the overshooting young organization you female ban because one way or the other you end up paying somehow somehow.
Martin Medase pa Eric.
Yeah, Obi.
Any other business you entail?
Yeah, Obi Medase. Minu Penny Kabila on the issue of say your casa no term be acquired said the Electoral Commission in bibi obey na ubi antimi wi abemu and our site case
to go on the
and okrampo no you bu abem de ma obi na court se there be nkunimdie na de ma nipa no deserve esimesi dia and na dwenkyere obi eba ne election process woman Kabila ni me pi kra bi a minim because we started the election at Chini Park at Chapa. But you should also know, say, ye can't say Ubi be riabemwa, and yet dana ye to abana ye declare abana ne kas ubi riabem. Election transparency na a surround the process na ye de kwa baton. The integrity of the process. Data as someone here can see Electoral Commission say the sanctity of it no intime enyachema to say be a figures in from so abam. No create data. Can you trust the data? Can you trust the source of the data? No. What be ultimately? Because if indeed limited registration for 21 days. First 2 days, with data computation, you're wrong. And had it not be a political party or opposition or be challenge here, and can be. Then after the party coming out to punch, said these are the things every even integrity of the data now you can want some in question. And only to create a problem in an election.
But the source data, no, wouldn't it be the start of day report, the end of day report?
I told you, sir, under Dr. Edward Omane Boama.
Yes.
Every day registration across the country, almost 7:30 near our results.
And that results start of day and end of day.
And I make sure say per day one.
Yes.
And then the man you need call the easy the abetu jano. What am I say? So if even unchiche muni na unya correct and now can boom crown a cobro so and now so the question is am I data na credible?
No, my question is what you see on social media, so infographics on about social media. Just a product of source information.
Sure.
The source document,
sure.
The start of day and the end of day report.
You're right.
I'm saying, sir,
yeah.
So end of day and the start of day report.
Yeah.
Now parties in our
Are
there discrepancies? There were no more.
There are no discrepancies.
So
the issue is, had it not been a political party raising issues of it, one out as a journalist, Nanka wouldn't say,
No, the American is saying.
And political parties, you know, see, you're based on end of day and start of day report.
Sure.
So you finishing me with the data. Now me dia me tabulation. So the different figure beto abontia. A mass sanity prevail said you know. Oh, you don't get it. And this is normal. Obi, is it normal? No, just answer me. So interactive, normal.
Some men can't say no.
Question and your question, you, normal, minya.
Eric. If you let me, would
me be say extra time or no? But me say do enemy here for me
Eric
because me person Kabila tia say ye kasa battle mu beba. The understanding shouldn't be say dey na ye kan aba na obi kan obi dey dey am obi.
Okay.
Processes na famu no. Processes. You started registration. And then I bet na electoral commission why the political parties will be a can asem. Kabila make yes, limited registration and fanko police station bia. But ye ko ye nim no. Bisi ukasem bisemre bi atwemu ko ne wo pick meboa. Ya ko ye nim akodu level bi. Enti se nyemre bia akra ne ko all police station a easy entimi ma improvement mbem. Obi wonte base. Because meme 110 polling stations in my constituency now only 3 electoral areas. Automatically they'll be passing people to the polling stations or registration centers. Can you know see a mass registration na rikeje ye agent e osuma met rumaya patemu when it member say nipa na efi on minim be 90% meboa enti say nipa na ba no ye foreign na obefra mu pe rikeje to me point in fast. The question is, and they say any pana you see a bass or modio mokogu easy office no. Agent Ben Ekoka say, Simesi no see free sampano, no free. Who is going to say that? Who is going to confirm? Or fact how they co challenging it? So electoral commission itself is creating problems. And Obi, let me tell you this. Human institution biano. Senipa ekawa sempia na ya yeho. Corruption perception in the perception meboa. Oh, aban chrono koso, aban su nyanu ye papa bi amma, sa na yes aban no bo chrono. Electoral Commission's activities enya Ghana for do na afa. Everybody is saying it. Civil society organizations just last week. Omuni Imani, Banta, Omokoba meboa. Why? And don't forget me my pain with Jane Mensah. Obi, mami we. Ofri ayi ene ba yo. Or what I no nimyansa che obia civil society. Yes. Ye ban civil society organization for contribution enko yisi. Wo mna omoto ato adwena. Jemensa people de connect watching obia de. And today you are there.
No man no kan ya oba onye.
Remember ene Jemensa you are there. Wona na onim thesis etro de koma yisi. Yenye we beboa ye wo de oba ya ase waso pim. You are telling us that the law is emrana maokwan. You know, but without political parties, there will be no electoral commission because Sebi, yenye election mamwa Sebi. Political parties are registered. Ya constitution nama ya kwenya. Eni yede isi beye ehunjuma. Enti se to dana yenso ye kire ya adwen. Don't be thinking as if say you are the repository of knowledge. No, because where I'm coming from, may I bring in a different. Many Charles are bringing you different. Kabila de different. But Shiani see a kojojo intina ya chere ya and kabima min kabi. But always if you think you're right, you may get it wrong and no be right. So electoral commission said they be a can asem and your time. Because at the end of the day, son another na pow Jane. Say asimesi na pow no. Ghana for juman woye. But we ni here. Ghana for bebo abaso. One ye ni here. E was say Ghana for kan. Because me am not here, me no to any idea no. Me call one of the areas me money din. You know say EC officer and catch them say politicians. Yes say minia Kwadasu MP, what's the name?
Kingsley
Nyako. Professor Kingsley Nyako.
Good. Kingsley the envelope come yeah complaining. Now the last EC exercise almost 670 something Ghana cedis. No got any busame say no ukitane masters. Sa 21 days we say juma no koye no e ho akatua na EC the man. He was asking me. One angle no free ba. All these challenges in EC omote ansem na workers na ka no. How are they addressing it? So politician ni ehun say ho no ye loophole no ochena okodu ho no onim say odahye no na obeye ade bia ma na favor na obeye enti sa envelope na mini ane de ko na say wi na ewom ye hu say sika na ewom because adweso kro ya mu che wi yes what you say so at the crow de ko say wi na won shin days yenim besinne a whole professor ye hu proper defense or deba and the electoral commission na eja ne ho amasa ne mani na sisi and obi let oh that
more here no
you alleges so the what cherry
oh na me nam kan mo party for na kan na so obi nsentrofo unia kofi adoma na de microphone ko na abrantie ne se me ne NDC ni na de omode aye ne de mani anso omba sorry MPP de omode ba aye de MPP me video no me fama wa
they make an say we hu so obi chewi report
man hu
here's the evidence
but then what I say it's political party amu akukoduro echewi de mu of but there me pese mote ase ne say electoral commission ye na adwuma na oye na kwampa so obia ne bibia aka me fese obi alaji ba omia doc wajudin de say nipa ya na waye wajini din say na no under wakos techima magazine akwagistia ebinsi da sia na oje ye kanka ho de fa to fie meba
we should have get up
you see already ni ECG for problem or wha ye dadum som already no ECG current mean facilitate say be your timetable the best schedule your life so if you get opportunity nya fe na tumi a openti no o pay to say do be na sabotage aban and this ECG staff no obi aye adwuma be 30 years alaji ba omi now started politics so memma selfish interest no political ambition in the state institutions and started running on down. He started this position in opposition. Okay, Alaji Baumia. Then time, Ghana Statistical Service calculate end of month inflation the bar or see any. And one on any semia or moko malata market ekodi dwano. So Babe calculate real inflation and the real inflation. When was the last time Oko Dwam Kotonya doa? Ne cement bag na no de calculate no. So let them work. If there's sabotage in the system, your internal mechanism they resolve problems. Organization be a unique mode of operation. And then the audio when you be into Bejina Bontin around your down. And then look at what the workers are saying. That's almost on kind of cray. Saving up on okra now can want some now parents okra start up on Wejuma anti Kawano tum allergy. I thought that man okra knew and him kakra. If the fundamentals are weak and the exchange rate na expose and what is he talking about? $1 and now PBA to say the mini BC can it's hovering around 15 Ghana cedis. We left it somewhere 4.2. So such government and the business community who say government is very useless. Maybe such government and the business community who say government is very useless because you are not able to manage the fundamentals as you claim then. The same person airborne to happen to me. Oko filling station na ye Mount Petra o gauge no a liter of fuel under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama petrol to be precise was 3.75 Ghana cedis and they go to the same filling station called Goyle and na buy washers room the liter na near ton is 3.75 no under your era it is more than 15 Ghana cedis so under President Akufo-Addo Nibawumia a liter of fuel today is more than $1. What a useless administration. And you won't sit. Look at any business is a movie call. Glovo, 10th, Omonkoi. Junior Foods, are they not gone? Dark and Lovely, Omonkoi. Bet, Game Center, Oko, Accra, Money, are they not gone? So all this business, you can say businesses are moving because of unfriendly environment. The uselessness of this administration are creating the system. The heat is 2 years, Obi. Okay. Not 2016. Obi free hair kwa sampa lorry fare 65 Ghana cedis na no tia 180 adaban tuaneka and the same government adia serious obi ampesa oka me say da bia me kana to a me tue bia ye me nyina covid levy wo de aban amamu bone yare aba akunipa wo nka adum de magana fo say even the covid ku na busu ani kra na so tua ho to what sort of government is this and you are taxing people left right center businesses are collapsing. Mo betra se 7 months na kan se niema betimi asesa no you think say Ghana for huru yanim kosoro Obetina laji so wo so no hu so and am first year na masa usi anyira yo so usi ayira ya dia mo magazine ho and ye tikrom ha ye tena ka echi an ye hu sia ye tu sia the from the manipa he sought but he took it so even because on your principle ntino na na do no na kon ye wie so afa akira kogi sia na otachi man nti na natika nim sia nim so 7 months na can anything can happen in this country. Yes, that is the fact. When was the last time I went to be a cookroom to see and quandin and boom boom? Nipanadine and Norma Sebi. Yesusano, and I need a trebia near any boom near and near to America, and all shares yet me chew con say. Oh, alleged doctor, what could you steal magazine? Can't count. Go and sit, plan for the economy, Sydney a kulipa. And the chroma opera dia higher, dollar and quan you could. As you remember now by your criteria and go hand $9. And what are you doing about it? And the interest rate, Koban, Kwaje Besia, who could Pia Besia who see one, Okoji or Besia Cranke. What sort of government is this? Okay. And these leaders are so comfortable to the extent to say they have the guts telling we Ghanaians, so they are breaking the 8. Because businessman now, under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, no seen a bush young poor, the Nipa Mecca. Kremoni okobompa doctor say no say Bible ni Quran enko no 11,000 otimi di nebusu amfo mi no komeka mamo kobo di man pa man business and ne kremoni be komeka 75,000 aden eden na modi abai masa amanfo ebre and this government they me ade ya me nyina ne say omo campaign omo ye no kra say omo ye Ghana fo jam sere e wo ho anu akotete pick up achi no osa no huru ye no ye sei ube share police station ho. Because the promises you gave to Ghanaians, no, and yes, acrobatics and then we check Ghana for no. Obi say, me, fine, baby, I made medru. I appreciate for now. Obi say, ufi, say a form to say the mufi. Now ko ukrum. Now community ni you say waba. Obi apie be peril. Aden obi asuma. Is it not because of hardship? Nti se niam e koye na nko bi enya nkakran ke nyina ye hontoye. And this administration aban ya obetina konwa so of first 4 years. We ministers akwadofo nkwa 126. And these people came to create problems.
Ekosiisen so ni higher Sempa FM. Eric J na moten nkan memre asonti o se mehwe na me wrap up. Why na pede ke bibi o.
But my aeroplane obey no. O there ye can factual ones you ni wa. Oh, you know, I'm in script. Do read it. No,
Mary KJ.
I'm come as
mine at the buy.
Na so.
Na mama we come as me here script.
Dr. Baumia now the room to get the
Nipa na kwaji sia magazine. Usi so one say usi so. One say akotoka sia kwa na mkunda.
Strategy.
Yeah, bumu ba ya monwene ho.
Opi mama kan ye there.
Akoto sia magazine amawaji.
So bi sanchi pona say no sanchi no du twapo ba ka chen there.
Da ben na miracle be Ekosiisen this year na be jina bonten.
Nti mama kan ye there 2024 abattle. Ye na Ghana fu na abo difference no. Ye ba kan ya asem no so akwasem. Nti mu be say.
Me da say Charles Bisi uni attending kano. Ekosiisen so ne higher Sempa 94.7 FM. Nyame ya domo a ochena ye be but before I leave, listen to this.
Sam, you will not believe